working here has helped me be more well-rounded, that I know I'm not gonna get my school career.
That is Katie. She's a chemical engineering major at Nebraska Wesleyan University. She's smart, driven, and constantly surrounded by science. But the place where she learned the most about communication, leadership, and people, it wasn't in a lab, it was selling Cutco with Vector Marketing.
So I actually, my district manager, Tyler Strauss, I went to high school with him, and he reached out to me on Instagram, and then I also got a letter in the mail, and I kind of put 2 and 2 together, and I applied through the Instagram DM, and then got started from there.
Now, Katie didn't start with Vector Marketing to build a career. She just needed a job before college started. That was 3 years ago, but she had no idea that Cutco would give her the skills that her degree wouldn't. Maybe you got a letter in the mail, maybe you got a DM on Instagram randomly and you're doing your research on the company, which is why you clicked on this video. That's totally normal. Tyler, Katie's manager, also heard about the position on social media, but what his mom said about the company surprised him more than the actual DM on Instagram itself.
Got a random DM and I was sitting at the kitchen table. I was like, this weird company DM'd me. I was like, it looks too good to be true, Mom. And she goes, does it say Vector or Cutco on it? I was like, yeah, it does. She's like, go do it. You're gonna crush it. Turns out my mom sold knives 20 years before.
At first, Katie wasn't thinking long-term. She was thinking survival. She had just graduated high school, she was playing softball, and she needed a job fast.
I won money before my freshman year of college. I'm like, I don't want to be dependent on my parents at this time, because every single summer was taken of sports. So I didn't really have time for like a full-on job.
She wasn't trying to build her resume. She just needed a flexible way to earn a paycheck.
I would babysit on the side. I was a camp counselor for a little bit, but I didn't do much. And so I was really just wanting a job and get a little bit of experience.
Most chemical engineering majors graduate with the technical knowledge, but not as much communication or leadership experience. That's the gap that Katie noticed and decided to close.
As a chemical engineering major, I'm not getting any of the business side of things. So if I want to go into a sales or a management position within a company, I'm not going to get that within my degree.
And she didn't want to be just an engineer. She wants to lead, create, and build something of her own.
I actually want to go into the cosmetics industry. Maybe at some point, work at a company and like work my way up into management, maybe start my own line, maybe start my own company someday.
The job has taught her how to lead conversations, build trust, and communicate clearly. It gave her skills she never expected, but now knows she'll use in every part of her future.
And so it's really nice to get more of the business skills, how to communicate well with others, how to actually do the sales stuff. There is sales in every single aspect of the world and every single thing you do.
3 years later, Katie's still here. Not because she has to be, but because the growth hasn't stopped. She's not just earning a paycheck, she's building confidence, learning how to lead, and becoming a well-rounded version of herself that she knows the degree alone can't deliver.
And so I really love just the experience of getting to talk with other people. And so having the background here just helps me be like a more well-rounded individual is what I always tell people.